About 100 years ago in Japan, a pocket knife was invented called the Higonokami. This knife has endured to today, and Trivisa has just come out with a modern version. I tested both the modern and the classic version, this one right here, and there's a full video up right now. If you want to see some testing from it, keep watching this short. We're going to start with something that I know this is probably going to do badly, which is cutting against a flat surface. So these Wharncliffe style blades typically never do super well on a flat surface because you're just essentially digging in with the tip of the blade. This one does better than expected because if I hold it by the edges, which I can, that edge comes out far enough ahead that I can actually drag that edge along the cutting board and cut the rope. Interestingly enough, the historical example has a little bit more of a rocker to the blade, so I can actually keep my finger underneath the handle like that and get like the last 1.5 inches of blade to rock onto the cutting board. So that actually works a little better in the historical example. Paracord, obviously they're both going to cut well because they're relatively straight Wharncliffe style blades. That's not going to be a surprise, I don't think. Both are flat grinds. That one you saw, I accidentally caught the choil there at the bottom. Interestingly, the historical one doesn't have a choil, so you can put the rope all the way down at the bottom. Let's cut a big, thick nylon rope. Again, I have to be careful where I put that on the modernized one, but that cuts extremely well with the flat grind. It's very slicey, even though it's got a thick spine on the rope. Same thing with the historical one. Again, no surprise there. Let's do our zip tie test. So a zip tie test is getting into the tight space underneath a zip tie, and then I kind of twist and pop the blade up away from the wood. Very, very easy with the modern example. I did have to put a lot of grip into it to keep it from spinning in my hand. That square handle did come into play a little bit there. On the historical one, I actually feel like I can get a little bit better leverage on that because the handle is narrower, although it's very small in my hand and it still wasn't super comfortable. Let's get some edge retention numbers on these things.